You're telling me that Eternals is the most watched thing on Disney Plus in 2022?
Just who's cooking these books? Who's cooking these books?
Okay, seriously, that's what the data shows. Who am I to argue with official numbers? Well, official, but you know, it is what it is. There's always a degree of how did you reach these numbers? You know, like Netflix, for example. I always like to point at them specifically, going, wait a second, explain this again. They're like, well, The Witcher season 2 is the most watched thing we've ever had that premieres in December at this specific hour with this many minutes of watch time in this specific time frame. That's why it's the biggest. You're like, but that's literally less than the other thing. They're like, aha, read the fine print. So that's what we're kind of talking about when it comes to the Eternals. We recently found out that out of all the films in 2022, Eternals was the most streamed thing on Disney Plus. Now, you could realistically look at this in a couple of ways. So let's do that right here. If we look at physical sales, Shang-Chi, for example, outsold Eternals by a huge margin. Again, I can't talk about numbers that I see because we're forbidden, but it's there. So were people more interested in owning physical copies of Shang-Chi on their shelf? But they're going, hey, let's see Eternals because we didn't want to see it in theaters, or I don't want to spend money on it. Maybe that's a case here, right? There's also the, hey, was this really as bad as people said, and did I skip it in the theater because I heard it was bad, but I need to make up my own mind? I think that's a factor too. I think it's a combination of everything, and I think Eternals has honestly been more successful on streaming. I know a lot of people that watched it on Disney Plus because they did not want to throw money at it in the theater. So that is a valid thing that did happen. Ultimately, though, it's an interesting thing to see, and I wonder if Disney's looking at these numbers personally going, well, there's interest for these characters, so let's do something with them. Maybe Disney Plus might be a good outlet for it. I mean, there's still plenty of people that argue that Eternals could have been like an 8 to 12 episode series that really focuses on the characters and development, and maybe there's something to that. People are willing to sink in more time on watching Eternals on Disney Plus instead of a movie theater, so who knows how this might affect the future.